And yeah, indeed, Cash coming up. EZSKINS need this one if they want to have a chance of getting to those grand finals. We're live into the knife right now. EZSKINS will be looking to really bring this one. There's a lot to be made up, let's say. Chronic, I'm sure, will be remembering this game for a while, or at least a certain shot he didn't hit for a while. But how important do you feel CT to T side is on this map?
Again, Cash is quite an evenly sided map, similar to the other two, but I feel like if EZSKINS can start on the CT side, which they might not do now as Infused won the knife round, well, let's say when EZSKINS are on the CT side, I'd like to see him play a very, very aggressive game. Start off the round by pushing 2 people down mid, not giving Infused any breathing space, don't give them any respect, don't give them the comfort that these Team Infused players need, because the Team Infused, we already discussed this, potentially may have gone into DDoS2 underestimating these EZSKINS guys simply based on reputation. So it's important that EZSKINS get on their CT side, show no respect to Team Infused.
Well, we are now seconds away from getting this one starting. And there we go, we are live into this on the CT side. It will be Infused. Once again, the overlay is lying to you. And on the T side, it's going to be EZSKINS. So far, Team Infused are at 1 map. They are looking good in this, and we are seeing something we'd expect to see from EZSKINS. Something they said earlier, they want to really show that mid control and really start this play out well.
Critical headshot onto Chronic. Victor looks to try and return it, but his teammate to the right of him, his right-hand man, very, very, very low on HP. And in this position here, you'd really expect nothing but a miracle to try and get EZSKINS out of it. It's going to be tough. They're going to put that smoke down. Question is, are they going to fall back, or are they going to wait to see whether Team Infused try to push them? In Infused, they mustn't get complacent now. They need to keep their heads in the game and not go too aggressive, because these EZSKINS players, they're waiting for them to make just one mistake that they can capitalize on.
That's the thing, isn't it? Infused looked confident at the end of that previous map, so I wouldn't be surprised if a player just said, screw it, I just want to go and pick up the kills. I just want to get this one started off well in our favor. But then, hey, if they get picked up, it can spiral. But with 38 seconds left, there's not a lot of time to be waiting around here. And, well, Andrew and eventually Victor will have to commit to one of these 2 bomb sites. It looks like they're heading back towards B, but Hudgy is there, and Hudgy merely needs to land 1 shot. Nice shot from Victor comes through, but at this point, I think it's too little too late, and Zed agrees, and there we have it. First round of the second map, going in hand to Infused.
Yeah, solid play from Team Infused. Again, they went for the aggressive mid setup that I was talking about. And it's so important on the CT side that you get up and close in the faces of the Ts at mid, especially if you boost one person into vents, because when you do that, EZSKINS, they can't take control of mid, or the T side, they can't take control of mid. And mid control on a map like Cash, a lot of the time can be crucial, because as terrorists, it gives you the gateway into vents, which allows you control to checkers to hit the B-bomb site from more than one angle, or even control to short when you want to hit the A-bomb site. You want to sort of surround the CTs from more than one avenue. So EZSKINS, as expected, they are going to buy up armor. They do have these Tech 9s and 2 P250s. And by the looks of things, they're just trying to see whether they can get a pick first, try and sniff out how Team Infused are going to be set up with these pharmacists and submachine guns, and then try to play off that.
The problem here is that Red Snake is in a absolutely spot-on position. They may be able to check it, I guess, but at this point, I'm not sure if they will. This could be a problem. We're going to have to wait and see if that does come through. Critical taking down Victor might spur on this move more than anything, and Red Snake just needs to wait. They don't check it, and this is going to be a slaughter. There already comes, well, 1 and an assist, but pretty much 2. And the final will be picked up by Critical, hitting up that rotate. So a very clean round, a well played out round, and it looks like Infused just keeping control of this. Yeah,
great play from Critical. Got the frag at mid and then quickly rotated around to short to help his teammates, because he was that extra man on the A-bomb site just to solidify the defense. And it's so important as well that there's a lot of communication between the mid players and the A players. And when you do have, for example, 2 players playing mid, it's not unusual to see 1 and 2nd mid players being second A player as well, just rotating, keeping his eye on the door. But it's just an eco round coming from EZSKINS. It's only Gloss, and it's no surprise that we have honestly seen just all the teams get mowed down with ease. No casualties even from Team Infused. 3-0.
Yeah, really big start. So this is the important round. This is the first gun round, and it has to be perfect. T-side heavily investing here. Andrew is hitting up the AWP already, so I want to just see what he goes for. They genuinely discussed, maybe hitting up a lot of the mid control, trying to gain it through that, but with Critical playing so well, that may have eliminated that option. He's been playing on towards short, and it's just made it very hard work. And we seen the vent boost? We are. So look at this. They are completely swarming over mid. Critical doing the jump on towards the top. He can go to the second one if he fancies it, but there's no real point here. He's already got complete mid control, and he doesn't even need to do anything beyond this. It's absolutely perfect. However, beyond that, the T side, not really rushing things. They've still got a lot of time, and it looks like they're just looking for that first opening pick here.
Yeah, Andrew is just wary of any CTs that may have gone aggressive into A main. In fact, there isn't a CT that's gone aggressive into A main. It's Red Snake, and this is it. No respect play from Team Infused. They're making the map smaller. EZSKINS, they just don't have anything to work with, and they've got to try and get an entry frag somewhere, but it's very tough for them in this situation.
Does he go aggressive? Critical then, you could always see it. He was like edging around the corner just in case maybe he was going to go for that little bit of a play, but no. We are seeing the CT side backing away respectfully now after Red Snake being reminded they do have guns that can do damage. Down to 19 HP, and that's fairly substantial. We might be seeing that mid play finally coming into effect, but will they expect Hudgy boosted up to those vents? No, Rezu does go down, but the molly will at least cut off that access point for a short while. But this looks like it's still up in the air. This could go either way.
Could do, but they're going to all jump in towards short. Aaron with one, but it's not going to be enough as Boaster returns a frag. He's making his way around. He knew exactly where Red Snake was hiding, and now it's 2 versus 2. Boaster and Victor up against Hoods, G, and Zed. Let's see whether they can plant the bomb and hold it up, but no, they won't be able to. 5 seconds to go. Boaster turned his back, and Hoods, G, and Zed punished them. 4-0 Infused.
Really big round for Infused then. That's the first gun round. Pretty much solidly swept up, and they looked good in that. Zed's going to get himself the AWP, which is something we didn't see much of. I think he picked it up once when they ran the double AWP, but maybe he's feeling confident, and why not? He's got a good spawn for it as well. Going to just take it over towards B, rather than being in the hands in Critical, who's been playing mid. So maybe just feeling he wants to try and lock this one down, and he might be in for a lot of action very soon. The T side, merely with those pistols, shouldn't be able to achieve too much. But looking at the setup, it could overwhelm.
Well, that's what the Tech9's good at, running and gunning. And Xenex used to make the mistake, especially on this map, where they hit the B bomb site, but one by one and very slow. And here we go, the Tech9 train coming in. They're getting very close to Zed, and this is where the Tech9 is at its deadliest. But Zed will shut them down nonetheless. Chronic now 3 versus 1, and he may even fall back and try to save this AWP, but he still knows the CTs are coming for him.
That was a beautiful shot from Chronic then. And now, if he can bring these into 1v1 situations, if he can do that, he's got time. He has the bomb, no armor and low HP, but Red Snake's still watching mid. Aaron's watching the push around CT. They've kind of got him at least under control, but I want to see what he can bring from this. I want to see this guy just go absolutely big. I think with 35 seconds, he's got the opportunity to do it. He's got the tools, he's got 2 flashes there, he's got the bomb, he's got the AWP. It looks like he's going to try and start making a play. Red Snake, though, just edging around, and maybe Chronic, rather than trying to go for something here, might just have to scurry away. Is he going to try and make it to A? Does he have time for this?
I think he may just about be able to do it, but I'm surprised that Team Infused didn't rotate earlier towards the A-bomb site, but now he's fallen back.
There we go. I was about to say, like, 4 seconds to plant. He's going to have to be absolutely on point, but regardless, he will at least get out with the AWP, so picking up 3, retaining the AWP. Taking the AWP, should I say, from the opposition. Not bad work, but they still need that round EZSKINS.
Yeah, Team Infused, they were very B-heavy there. They had Red Snake, who's watching mid just near the vents, and then Aaron, who'd rotated almost to CT spawn, watching the B-bomb site. So I thought when there'd be around 20 seconds or so to go, surely one of them would go and check the A-bomb site and it would split the defense, but no, they stuck together as a unit. So Chronic decides to save, and let's see what Andrew can do with the AWP that Chronic of course saved in the last round.
That's a good point. He's not really being too aggressive with it. We do have that double boost in mid, late play coming out, but Crystal has been the man on point so far. Finally, Boaster will deal with him. That does open up mid, and they could work something off the back of it. However, look at these plays. We said this before, when Infused get confident, they get a little cocky. They get a little bit, not necessarily BM, well, some do, but it's all about getting ahead to the opponents. And already, Red Snake constantly pushing up here, constantly being a real nuisance. It's going to make this hard work, and I wonder if Rezu's going to check. He does, but it doesn't matter. Great shot comes out from Red Snake. Finally stopped by Andrew. But the T-side just seem to gain no ground out of this. They just seem to be kind of throwing bodies in towards sites.
Well, they've got A main now, and that's important. They've got a few players heading towards mid, so Boaster here could be the lurker. He just spots the head of Hoods G. He's gone into vents, and he could try to make noise towards a B bomb site here, but you know what? Of course he is, because EZSKINS, the bomb is heading towards B. They know that Zed is on this bomb site all by himself, and it's all down to the man with the AWP to try and save the day. In come EZSKINS. It's easy frag so far for Zed, but Boaster returns it. HudsG has rotated, and his position is good, but it's still 3 versus 2, and he's still waiting for Aaron to come in from vents.
Yeah, HudsG going for a little bit of a cheeky peek, trying to work his way around the smoke, but now it's all on HudsG. He can't do much here, surely not, surely. They won't let this one slip, and no, Andrew denies it. Retaining that AWP really did work out in the end. 5-1, EZSKINS get that well-needed round on the board. Now, where can they build from it? They need to keep this pressure up. They can't allow Infused to start building confidence.
Interesting to see Red
What
Snake
the hell did he just do?
He evened the money out by buying up the AWP, but I guess you can argue, is the glass cannon AWP really going to be that effective? I don't know. Let's see what he can do with it. He might be able to get at least one frag here, drop an AK-47 and allow his teammates to pick it up. But no, HudsG's going to get a frag instead. Double from HudsG. Great play there from Team Infused. Red Snake as well on the scoreboard. And EZSKINS, hard life by the looks of things.
They are starting to struggle. And well, 2 players left. How gutted will you be when you lose these sort of rounds? This is embarrassing almost. And HudsG, the only guy even bothered to buy up armor in this one with that 5-7, complementing it perfectly. The bomb is loose in mid as well, and I'm pretty sure the CTs are, well, yeah, they're well aware of that. That's the biggest issue right now. I don't think they'll be able to work anything out. And once again, as ever, it's gonna hurt. They don't check, and one by one they're falling here. Sadly for EZSKINS, it is starting to show their slight inexperience.
Exactly. I think they were still trying to recover from what happened early on in the round, and that's the problem. When something like that happens, you carry on playing the round, and you're still thinking about what happened. You're still shook, and then you don't play properly, don't check your corner properly, and that comes from inexperience, and we saw it there from EZSKINS. But HudsG, he's a quality player, but no way at this level should he be allowed to just stroll up mid with armor 5-7 and get 2 massive frags like that onto two terrorists who had AK-47s and a full buy. That's ridiculous.
It just shouldn't happen. Simple as that. There's no 2 ways of putting it. You've got to be on point, and Critical there. He's going to catch a glimpse of one, immediately adjust towards those vents. Not going to land the shot though. Boaster does break through, but B may be contested here. We've got Zed watching that cross. We've got HudsG already on the site, and this looks like once again EZSKINS being bullied from, well, pretty much every single angle. Last man alive is Boaster. He was the one to pick up one of these 2 kills. Can he maybe locate one more? Red Snake's actually... That could have been dangerous. He got the dink. 3 HP. That's pretty gutsy.
It is, but I think even if he'd managed to get the frag, I don't think the rest of the season would let him run away with that M4. So 7-1 here in Team Infused. Well, the ball's rolling, and they're getting carried away with this now. We need to start to see something different from EZSKINS. In all honesty, the fact that they just lost a round where Team Infused were on an eco really isn't going to help them. But they've got a Galil now to work with. They've got quite a few smokes on offer, so they could use it to potentially try and take the A-bomb site or try to smoke out Z and get the mid control. And that entry from Victor will do him a world of good now.
Yeah, they really needed that, and HudsG going down, who's being such an impactful player, is going to help. But look at this play, pushing through Squeaky around the back. Aaron's just gone and got in their face with Red Snake and switching up again. However, on short, pressure going to come in. Zed doesn't know the Chronic's that close. Chronic will push in. Now, the 2 players who pushed up on A might have to do with a lot of the T side if they decide to go towards A. On the other hand, there's Critical hitting up this B side, sitting in, waiting it out. And looking at the utilities still in play for the CT side, they've got Molly and the smoke on Red Snake. He's got some good sustain sort of towards that A side. He can put them into play. He can buy time. Whereas on B, they've only got 1 flash per person. So it might be a little bit more difficult. And the T side look like they might be heading towards that B side. Critical waiting for this flash. Once he gets told maybe or has an inkling or hears the T side, he'll put it out. Doesn't quite catch him off, but his gun will. That's Chronic down, and that is a huge loss already.
It is, and he's all by himself now. Reinforcements come in, and he's just buying time here. Critical, holding his angles. Great play from him. He knows that bomb had to get picked up. He knew it was dropped on the left. Victor nails him in the head. Boaster chimes in as well. It's 1 versus 1. It's all down between Red Snake and Victor. It's the battle of the in-game leaders as the bomb gets planted. And let's see who's going to win this one.
It's going to be massive. Victor goes for the shot and gets it. That will mean the world to him, but still, it's only 2 rounds. They need so much more. Can they build off that?
Definitely. Again, we see how confident they looked. Their heads haven't dropped just yet, and they know that their opponents are going to be very, very low on cash, judging by the buys last time round. And this round, honestly, could go either way. If EZSKINS can win it, then Team Infused will be knocked back down onto an eco. We could even see it at 7-4 or 7-5, depending how bad the financial situation is for Team Infused. So let's see how it unfolds. This game's getting interesting now.
Wow, Crunch just walked down mid, just straight stepped out, picked up 2. Aaron and Critical go down. And that's the mid control that they've been desperate for so long. I'm curious though if the likes of Red Snake to be pushing down towards mid rather than soloing up on that A site, but it doesn't seem to matter right now. The T side do have a lot of map control. They do have drastic numbers and the health just working perfectly in their favor, but Andrew could be in trouble here. Red Snake is just steps away, but the bomb is going elsewhere. The bomb is over on B, and nicely played out then by Andrew, keeping the attention drawn towards that A site as the bomb should be being planted.
If I was Team Infused, I'd probably look to save these weapons, given that Red Snake's on 9 HP and Hood's G's on 27. And they most likely are going to have to force it up from the next round. So, yeah, they're going to fall back. Just stick together as one unit, try and make sure that they don't lose these guns. And fair play to EZSKINS. This is their chance now to capitalize.
You can see it on the scoreboard, the way the rounds have been playing out. It has been a CT-dominated start so far in Map 2. Kill-wise, fairly well spread out actually in Infused. It was Critical who went off to the blistering start, but seemingly slowed down a little bit. Currently on 9-6. On the other side though, Rezu really not quite getting into this game just yet. Maybe looking a little later to find his performance, but so far, both CT players will be able to keep hold of the guns, which is fairly important considering how dire their money was at the start. And you can see it right there. They're only one player, excluding Hudgy, and Red Snake is over 2K. They are absolutely skint. So the worrying thing is, though, Hudgy was able to turn this with just a 5-7 before. Now he's actually got a gun. I'm kind of worried that we might even see this just going to Team Infused just for the sake of how it's played out.
Surprised that Team Infused didn't go armor pistol for this round.
They do the counter boost. Oh, this could be absolutely massive. Victor's on the other side by the red container. Red Snake goes over, but just to be met by Andrew. That could have been so much more.
Yeah, that could explain why he didn't go armor pistol. They threw Red Snake over and he got the intel for them now, hence why Critical's just rotated over to the A bomb site. But the bomb has been dropped outside of B still, and Hood's G the man to try and hold any potential B threats coming his way. But it's still going to be very, very tough. There's a heck of a load of AKs on this EZSKINS side, and a heck of a load of smokes and molotovs as well. The smoke's so crucial if they do decide to go for an A take here. Just throwing them over the building, cutting off places like trucks, the rotation area from CT spawn, short, but it's not going to matter. Rezu with the opener towards B, but it's a fake. The rest of the guys are going to be heading towards A, but Rezu single-handedly opens up the B bomb site. And is this going to go bad for EZSKINS? Of course it isn't. 7-4, and Team Infused, they saved the M4s, but it just wasn't enough to help. It wasn't enough for that last push across the finish line for them.
And to be fair, the T-side aren't doing anything super special. They've been faking out on B consistently, though. They've been sending one player towards these sides and vice versa towards A, and it's just been working out for them. Chronic looks like the guy who's been opting for that so far. He went so aggressive in mid just those couple of rounds ago. However, this time he's actually joined by Victor. And look at this push out. Infused could be in trouble here. Victor's already got down Hudgy. Chronic just wildly spraying. Not going to get the pickup. That is a huge loss. How the hell did he not get one bullet connecting? Red Snake's got 3 HP. Oh my god, just seeing that is going to break my heart, let alone him knowing it afterwards. But 3v4 now, the CT side gained the information and they've got map control now.
They do, 4 versus 3. Where are EZSKINS going? Bomb still outside of A main. Keep it nice and safe. And we could see here Chronic just take a peek towards mid, try and get information on how Team Infused is set up. And funnily enough, one of the Z players is in fact Red Snake, only on 3 points of health. He gets this frag and we could very well see EZSKINS push through. Critical, first line of defense on short. He's going to play it smart and fall back, but Red Snake, despite only being on 3 points of health, he actually got the trade onto Chronic. He was the guy who initially put him onto 3 points of health. They had the mid control. They've now gone into vents and they're coming towards Zed yet again.
And Zed's been holding strong for so long, and look at that beautiful spray control then on towards Boaster, but it's critical to close it down. And this is just a solid half so far from Team Infused. What sort of scoreline would you be happy with as a T side on this ideally? Because I don't think EZSKINS are all that pleased right now.
No, I think if EZSKINS, again, at this point, they can get 8-7, they'll be relatively pleased with it. 9-6 is borderline acceptable if they can go onto the CT side and win their pistol, keep them in the game, similar to what they did on DDoS 2. Anything less than 6 rounds, I think EZSKINS will be incredibly disappointed with. If they end up going into the second half, 10-5 down, they've got to win the pistol. There's no question about it, no choice really.
Yeah, a lot of factors could go wrong for them if that's the case. I don't want to see that wall bang coming out just to get RedSnake out of position. But at the moment, EZSKINS not wanting to give away too much, I guess, not wanting to give away the whole picture there. It looks like this is the first time we might actually see a full-on A execute if they actually go for this, though.
They've sent the lone player towards B by himself, and Victor, the in-game leader, maybe to try and just lurk and get the CTs as they rotate over to A, or maybe even try and fake it, but he is going to get shut down by HUSG. Critical is going to drop Chronic as well, and at the moment, these EZSKINS players are falling like flies. Andrew, last man standing, and he may very well try and salvage this AWP, but no, he wanted to take him on, and Aaron punishes him, 9-4.
That was another big round for Critical. Every time they seem to do these kind of straight-up plays towards A, or slightly more conventional plays towards A, he is just so brilliant at getting there so fast from Shore. He always knows it's, when it's a split, when it's not. His game sense is just clearly quite crisp right now. He's been picking up, a good 3-4K every time that they've done that, and he's not even actually playing on the A side. He's been supporting from mid. It looks like a much faster play this time, and RedSnake actually going to flash himself into the smoke around the other side. RedSnake, if he lands, this could be massive, and RedSnake ripping him apart, and that has just added insult to injury. Chronic is not in the position to make much out of this one. He's trying to, but there's too much in his path. He's going to go down with a knife in the end, and Critical's going to love that. Look at this man. He's just waiting to see that little bit of eye contact, and he knows it. He knows. But still, 10-4, it's not looking great.
Huds looks embarrassed, to be honest.
Why am I in this guy's team again?
Exactly. Again being the key word there. Welcome to the UK scene. But here we go. Team Infused 10, EZSKINS 4, and AKs all round for EZSKINS. And you mentioned, Pansy, how critical has been at mid.
Really?
Yeah, I just went there. And EZSKINS, when they try to take over the A bomb site, Critical then rotates in fast. Maybe when they try and take over the A bomb site, send one person mid to keep Critical at mid. Like, he can't rotate fast, but it's not going to matter. RedSnake, like a hot knife through butter, still tearing them apart at mid, leaving Rezu by himself. And if he doesn't 1 versus 4 this, it's going to be a very, very, very steep hill for EZSKINS to climb come the second half. And
sadly, the thing is, you can see all the theory crafting behind what EZSKINS is trying to do. You can see what they're trying to achieve. But Infused are just playing the better game right now, and RedSnake closing out with a very big round coming in on the final one of the first half here. We're going to be switching over to the second any second now, but I think we're going to say there's going to be so much weight and value on this pistol round coming in.
Yeah, definitely. If Infused win this pistol round and they go on to capitalize on the next 2, as in theory you'd expect them to, it would put them on 14 rounds, meaning they'd only need 2 rounds, or 2 more rounds, on the T side of Cash to win the map. And not just win the map, but win the game, of course, because it's a best of 3, and Team Infused won on Dust 2. So let's see what approach Team Infused are going to take.
Well, they can actually be flashed in here. Hold on, this could be decent enough. And no, Critical was aware of it. They did the pop flash towards A main, and it just doesn't work out. Chronic's now in trouble. Surrounding great flash doesn't matter. Critical's there. Look at this guy just single-handedly going beast mode, and there's nothing that can be done. He's not even stopping.
But what can you do when Critical buys armor and a teammate drops him a Tech 9? He
All
becomes
right,
just a... Exactly. He becomes Olaf Meister. He becomes just the immovable tank.
There's nothing to be done. He's just going to.
It's so difficult, especially the CTs who are stuck on the USPS. I mean, the USPS just does not deal enough damage to deal with such a tank like Critical in that situation. And again, to add insult to injury, he's got a bloody AK-47 out.
And just imagine the money, even if the likes of HUSG get these kills. It's going to be so much in the bank already. It's going to be such an overwhelming task to try and deal with. But maybe they can get some kills. Maybe they can get some damage. Maybe it's not over just yet. Let's find out. Chronic on the front line. Looking to do something here. Minus surrounding Rezu is flash. The flash isn't, look at this. They're just walking into the front door. But Andrew finally says no. But the bomb can be toyed with here. Chronic is still on the side. Chronic still trying to fight this one out. And he is not giving up here. It's Critical and Aaron up against Chronic. Close to Andrew. And Critical has to do the damage now. They're turning on the dime. Critical is not going to get it done. And somehow EZSKINS then dug deep enough. The CZ's still powerful enough. But that was a little too close.
A little too close. But it's a step in the right direction, to say the least, for EZSKINS. They're spurring each other on now. They picked up these weapons, and I'd be very surprised if we see Team Infused try and force it up, because they can. And, well, there we go. They have them. And that just pretty much summarizes how Team Infused have taken this game on. They just feel confident. It doesn't matter what weapons they have in their hands. They say, look, let us take EZSKINS on. We know we're the better players.
Yeah. And do you know, actually, I can't wait to see if this happens. So let's assume, if we're going to be logical about this, Infused win it. If we're seeing Rattlesnake starting to get to really good form, you know, Henry G quoting, he's back, and then Critical actually playing really well as well. If Critical's starting to pick up the AWP, we're going to see so many good battles between those two if it does go down. I'm very excited to see if that actually happens, but I wouldn't quite put Critical in the same paper or same page as Rattlesnake when he's on form. But let's get back to this one as it is starting to kick off here as Andrew does find Hudgy, and that A site is being contested. The bomb's gone down right under Boaster's nose. He's going to have to try and pick up the pieces because that just got planted. He had no idea.
I think he may have done it first to try and get that frag at least. Critical though, he is going to land the headshot with his good old Tech 9 onto Boaster. Can't get a second, but is it a main plant? It is in fact planted for main, so Red Snake will be able to prevent any defuse coming in. This is so difficult for EZSKINS, and Chronic now, he's got to try and pull this out the bag, but Zed is playing this by the book. He's not going to peek. The defuse is going to come in, and Zed, there is the headshot, and that was all down to one thing, the plant.
Ironic, it's Chronic who died to that as well after that Dust 2 kind of incident.
Oh,
with
yeah.
the AWP. That's going to be hurting him a little bit. You know, he's just sitting there like, I can do nothing here. I just got to sit here and be tapped to pieces by a goddamn Tech 9. And now 13-5 EZSKINS trying to get themselves into this, forcing into whatever they can kind of jamble together. You know, you've got Chronic with the P90. You've got a couple of weapons in play, but this is not a pretty sight. And already losing out on the first player before I could even find him is not going to help.
Headshot from Aaron, taking off the skull of Chronic. And Andrew's trying to go aggressive. He will get punished. And well, that was an easy take of the B-bomb site for Team Infused. And now Boaster should probably just look to save this M4.
I've got to say, mentally, it looks like maybe EZSKINS have kind of started to, you know, heads down now. It's 13-5. I can't blame them. They're a young team. They've only been formed for a very short part of time. They haven't got the experience that maybe you could look towards Team Infused with. And at this point, they're just kind of being picked apart one by one. You saw Chronic trying to get up close and personal with the P90 in mid. It makes sense, but it seems a frustrated move. And step by step, Infused are getting very close to those grand finals.
Thing is, though, you look on the Team Infused lineup, Critical, Hudgy, all that experience. They were once in the position that these EZSKINS players were back when they probably played on CRT monitors back in the day. So this is going to be... This is crucial for EZSKINS. You know, you don't go into your first LAN event and win. EZSKINS, they've got to learn from this experience and come back after analysing demos, after playing more CS together as a team, as a unit, and come back stronger and fight on.
Can only hope so. It's always good to see newer teams being able to challenge some of the slightly older guard, but Chronic here just trying to wait it out. Critical puts him out, he's down, eventually kind of spawning as that smoke dissipated. But this is a pretty much done deal at this point. Unless maybe Victor can change something.
Unfortunately not able to. Got one kill, but EZSKINS still outnumbered. Rezu puts ahead of Aaron. I guess the kill's going to be a bonus, but he is all by himself now. And they know position 15-5.
Right, this is the last chance here for EZSKINS. They've tried to do what they can, but it's 15-5. It is game point, match point. Team Infused 1 round away from the grand finals. It's what we expected. But EZSKINS put up a bit of a fight, and it looks like Team Infused want to get this one done with a bang as well.
A bang indeed. They're going towards the scout of Rezu on this B-bomb site. He may be able to get a headshot. He's not even dealt any damage, and they're running towards him backwards. He's completely blind. The AK should always win in this kind of situation. Deals damage to one. Out comes the pistol. Andrew comes in with a CZ, but there's just not enough firepower.
How is Rezu alive?
Exactly. They're still there. Team Infused, they're crumbling. They've got to try and plant this bomb. The EZSKINS have rotated in. Boaster with the deagle. We've got an Infused player solo on HP. That this could end up being a great round from EZSKINS.
Here's the two players, Aaron and Red Snake. Red Snake has been above and beyond an incredible player in this one. Aaron having his moments as well. 2v3 against a shambles of a buy, but Aaron still finding Andrew. That's not going to help. And now 2v2, bomb not to hand. One man is certainly in their way, Boaster. He has got to come up big. His first offline event, his first big LAN. He has to save his team here. Victor's with him, but not there just yet. Boaster does land towards Red Snake, and it's just in Aaron's hands.
Where Boaster's hiding because of Red Snake's death, and he's going to try and make this a 1 versus 1 by using the map to cover himself up. It's Victor versus Aaron, and Aaron finishes the game in style. It looked like the round had EZSKINS written all over it, but not on Aaron's watch. 16-5, and this is why Cash is Infused's home map. What a performance.
Considering EZSKINS felt fairly confident in that one, they wanted to play that one, they felt they could do something on it. For a young team, they've come in, and sadly on the second map, didn't make the impact they wanted to. But let's throw our minds all the way back to the first map. They started off strong, they came into it, they looked good, and they showed that they do have that potential. They showed that they do have the individual ability there. They just need that little bit extra, that little bit more. And bearing in mind, I think Infused came in maybe not expecting such a strong challenge, and then had to kind of, really pull up the laces on the boots and then try and, really lock it down.
They can only learn from this experience and continue to improve. Again, like I said, I was really happy to see such a young side like them qualify for the finals in the first place, because on several internet forums, there's a lot of people saying, how come is it always the same 15 people at the top of the UK scene, and then the players who are always at the top of the UK scene come out and say, well, because the new blood of players just simply aren't good enough. And EZSKINS are proving that theory wrong, and I think these guys in a few years' time, they might be replaced by the likes of these youngsters in EZSKINS. They might become the new faces of UKCS.
Well, it's certainly a factor. There's a lot of young blood coming in, and considering it's quite a nice mix on the other side of things there. The EZSKINS boys have some kind of older figures of the community, but still fairly young in age, so you get this nice combination, whereas you kind of get the golden oldies on the other side. I just like seeing Critical looking actually calm now after that. But the best thing is that they do get up, the handshakes come out. There is no bad blood beyond, just the bantering game. It's always good to see. And I always do love a good bit of UK banter to begin this one off with. And of course, finals time now.
Yeah.
This is going to be absolutely massive. Where's your money?
It's tough because Infused played really, really well. But I'm going to put my money on Xenex. I know Infused won't like to hear that, but I'm just going to put my money on Xenex because...
They're closer to us?
Yeah, that works too. Yeah. Who's your money on?
I actually don't know. It depends what form they're in, because let's be honest. How
about we say I root for Xenex and you root for Infused because of your past? Yeah?
What, because of really awkward old team photos? All right, I'll stick with that. But no, I don't know, it's depending on who turns up, right? So we had yesterday Rattlesnake playing out of his mind, and you could probably argue that FM aren't quite to the par of maybe Infused and vice versa, but he played absolutely on point. Will he have the same performance today? Will Critical be able to transfer what he just had in that game against maybe a better opponent who's not quite as easily broken down? There's so many different factors that come into place, and how many of these players have been in each other's teams? How many of them have been in lineups together, played against each other? It kind of turns into just a 50-50. It's like when I speak to MBK about when he plays against Titan and when he's playing against other French sides, he says it's completely 50-50 because they know what we do, I know what they do. It doesn't matter beyond if I hit my shot or not, which is sometimes completely up in the air. So, I don't know. I think this one's going to be a great final, but I think enough from us. I think we need a little break. I think we're going to throw it back to the beautiful, handsome trio on the analysis desk.
Thanks very much, Lauren. Yeah, I am with two handsome